You're good now. You came in as a member of the public, and then we're able to promote you as a panelist. So if anyone ever runs into that issue, you can always join as an attendee, and then Caitlin can promote you. So always something to keep in mind. But I'm glad it worked out. So Mitch, go ahead.
Okay.
Thank you very much. Okay.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This meeting of the Baltimore County Landmarks Preservation Commission is now in session. Please note the meeting is being audio recorded. We are your volunteer representatives appointed by our county councilperson or county executive and entrusted to monitor renovations and additions to our Baltimore County historic resources. We review and approve nominations to the Baltimore County Preliminary Landmarks List and comment on National Register nominations. Additionally, we review exterior alterations and developments impacting county historic districts and county landmarks, and are charged with evaluating submissions to the Baltimore County Historic Tax Credit Program. Would the commissioners please introduce themselves by name and county council district or representation? We can go in the order listed on the PowerPoint screen.
Rob Brennan, District 1.
Phoebe Evans Latosha, executive appointment.
John Holman, District 5.
Scott Holupka, executive appointment, planning board rep.
We don't have Ed or Vince right now, so Mitch.
Mitch Kelman, executive appointment.
No Wendy. Steve.
Steve Meyer, executive appointment.
We don't have Faith or Marina or Ray. Mr. Syed.
Kashif Syed is 4 Councilmanic District 4 appointment.
Chris Weston, District 2.
Perfect.
Thank you all. Now please stand as we recite the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the
Flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The Landmarks Preservation Commission operates under the authority, standards, and requirements of Title VII, Article 32 of the Baltimore County Code. We refer to the United States Secretary of the Interior Standards for Rehabilitation as administered by the National Park Service. This is the accepted national standard for historic preservation projects. Our own Baltimore County Historic Preservation Design Guidelines directly reference and incorporate the Secretary of the Interior Standards for Rehabilitation. We have important preservation issues to discuss and debate at each meeting. If you would like to make comments, please limit your comments to the specific preservation submission being reviewed. We ask for your assistance and understanding so that the discussions do not digress. As an additional comment, we can all agree that historic preservation is an important aspect of the quality of life and place that makes Baltimore County unique. As a commission, we seek to recommend significant buildings and places for landmark consideration to the County Council for their final vote. As commissioners, we serve on the commission due to our expertise, interest, and passion for historic buildings and places, and review submissions based solely on their merit. While we may disagree in discussion and voting, we continue to be a collegial body that represents each other personally and professionally. Tara, I'll ask that you can you offer the status and policy on our ongoing virtual meetings?
Yes, so for those that are online, if you would like to offer comments, there's a couple different ways to do it. You can either use the chat feature and send it to the host, or you can use the hand raise button located next to your name. Just as a note, you can do this at any time and we'll call on you to speak directly with the commission.
Thank you.
Sure. Second component, just a reminder for anyone that's attending the meeting, the commission does receive all meeting materials 1 week ahead of time. The information presented in this slideshow is just a visual to keep the meeting moving along. They do have everything you sent us though.
Thank you. Can you inform the members of the commission if there are any changes to the preliminary agenda?
Yes, we had one change to the preliminary agenda, and that was the removal of agenda item number 6, the Well for the Journey signage request over in Lutherville. They believe that they have some zoning issues and they're going to get those resolved before they come before the commission.
Thank you. assuming that everyone has read the minutes, are there any proposed changes, any updates to the minutes from the May 13th meeting?
I make a motion to approve the minutes.
I second that motion.
Anybody? I take it there's nobody against approving the minutes. With that, you want a group approval?
A group's good.
Okay. All in favor of approval?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Looks like the minutes pass.
Perfect.
Looks like we have one consent agenda item
Yes.
this month.
Yes, so this is the new agenda item number 6, and this is the Campbell property at 201 Brandon Road in Rogers Forge. It's a contributing structure in the Rogers Forge National Register Historic District, and they're seeking Part 2 approval for a furnace and AC replacement. Staff's recommendation is to vote to issue a certificate of appropriateness, citing National Park Service Technical Preservation Services Preservation Brief 24, heating, ventilating, and cooling historic buildings, problems and recommended approaches, and County Code Section 112201.
Thank you. I'll ask, is there anybody present that would like to speak against this item? It doesn't look like it. If any of the commission members would like to discuss this item, feel free.
I move we approve it.
I second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any against? Looks like the motion carries.
Perfect. Moving right along, we have agenda item number 4. This is the Stachowski property at 214 Morris Avenue in Lutherville. It's a non-contributing structure in the Lutherville County Historic District, and they're seeking approval for amended plans for renovations to the existing front load garage. The homeowners had come in January of 2021 and were seeking approval to remove the existing garage doors, install a protruding box window that consisted of a strength 3 wood 6/6 divided light windows, and fill the exterior wall with siding in kind as necessary. The homeowners now wish to amend the approved plans to instead do 3 windows that are flush with the facade rather than the protruding box window. The windows are proposed to be Pella Lifestyle Series wood double hung windows. For the elevation drawings, they will be true 6/6 divided light to match the remainder of the home. However, the existing windows installed don't appear to match that. The existing hipped roof and cupola will be maintained. A new 7-inch hardy plank siding will be installed on the front facade only to match the remainder of the home in size, style, and color. As a note, letters from the homeowner who could not be here today and from the Lutherville Advisory Committee were received and circulated on Tuesday, June 8th, 2021. Those are also included in the OneDrive, and if anyone needs me to go over those, I can, but if not, you have them. Staff's recommendation is to vote to issue a certificate of appropriateness with the condition the windows be wood 6/6 simulated divided light to match the existing windows on the home, citing Baltimore County Historic Design Guidelines, Windows and Doors, pages 2 and 5, and County Code Section 327-403.
Thank you, Taylor. You had indicated that the owner will not be present, so just assuming that nobody is on this within this meeting that would like to explain anything on behalf of the owner.
No, it doesn't look like it.
Okay, thank you. Commission members, comments?
I have an item of specificity with wood. We allow clad windows, correct? Aluminum clad wood windows?
Not necessarily. If it was an original design, original.
That is an infilled garage door, so
Mhm.
we're requiring people to maintain a wooden window.
Correct. So at the January meeting, the box window was approved with the condition that the windows either be wood or wood-like. But the commission did not support clad wood windows at that meeting. If that helps.
So this is Rob. It appears that these windows are not true divided light and not wood. They're slimline, very thin windows, which Pella is known for. So it's not the architecture series. And I guess it looks like they've been installed already. So what are our options here?
Sure. So if the commission were to approve wood true divided or simulated divided light windows, the homeowners would have to remove those windows and install what the commission approves. This Pella Lifestyle Series wood double hung windows is what the homeowners have indicated they were proposing to install, and the plans call for grid, but obviously that's not what we're seeing in the photo.
So the specs call for a snap-in grill of some sort, if not a true divided light window or a simulated divided light window?
Correct.
Right.
The plans say with grids, the historic review application said true divided light. And the June 1st, 2021 photo is one that staff took a week and a half ago.
I've moved that we accept staff recommendation on it, that these be replaced since they're not consistent with their original application and appear not to meet the guidelines.
I would agree. I would agree that the staff recommendation is correct in my mind. And we have been consistent in some of these historic districts with wood windows. I know there was even one location where they had to replace 7 windows to match the rest of the house in design and interior. So to add a consistency, I think we should stick with what was originally approved. Should be divided light, should be wood window.
Thank you, Steve. Is there anybody else, any other commission members would like to comment or add one? What
Yes,
Steve is saying?
that's.
I just have, I mean, what's odd is I assume this is from the homeowner. They said they were doing 6 by the
So-
June 6th scale.
That June 1st, 2021 photo was taken by staff.
No, right. So what's odd is that it appears that the homeowner is saying that they were doing 6 by 6. So it's really surprising that that's not what the picture shows.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
This is Rob. I'll also make a comment that part of the reason for our approval of the box bay was that it had more wood trim around it and seemed appropriate on that converted garage. Now that it's just 3 slim line windows, not engaged with additional trim or the box bay that would have been there. It's more prominent. I think there was one photograph that showed how prominent the garage facade was. Are you able to click back to the garage opening, I guess, the original photos?
Yeah, Caitlin, it should be on the slide before this one. She's manning the PowerPoint, so I can't click it for you. There you go.
So I guess here you can see that it's 2 big garage doors, the existing house, Cape Cod, with shutters. So I guess the 3 windows will show more gray, which is a good thing, but I guess the box bay was a nice feature on that gray wall. And now it may look a little underserved, perhaps. So more trim would help, shutters would help, but I think if cost is an issue, we're not going in the right direction there. So.
Well, this is Khatib Syed. I'd like to make a comment about this. I was just wondering, Taylor, that what was the response of the homeowner, the letter issued by the Historic Advisory Committee, Lutherville Historic Advisory Committee, and what was their explanation? Why, I mean, what happened, and, you know, what was their response about that letter?
I'm not sure what their response was. The Lutherville Advisory Committee was just asking that the windows be wood and 6/6 true divided light to match the remainder of the home, which is consistent with staff's recommendation. I'm not sure what the homeowner's response was to that, and they're not online, so unfortunately we can't ask them. All we have is the elevation drawings that were provided, the narrative that was provided, and the photo that shows, you know, it's not all matching up. So unfortunately, I don't have an answer to that. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, I feel that there is no response to the Lutherville Historical Advisory Committee in any way, and also they have remained absent for making their case why they want to do it, what they're doing it. So I don't know. I have a little bit of reservation there for them to go ahead.
I do know that they're not able to attend because the homeowner, to my knowledge, is pregnant and due either today or tomorrow. So that is why they're not here. It is a pretty a valid excuse. I do understand it. And their testimony had stated that they wanted to maintain the originally approved design. The only difference is that we will not be doing the box window, but instead 3 windows that will be flush with a wall. These will be wood with a 6/6 grid pattern per the original approval. We are making this change due to price increase of materials. The slight change will save us money while keeping the look of the previously approved design. So that was what their testimony had said.
Again, I make the motion that we accept the staff recommendation, and if the homeowner wishes to contest it, of course, they're welcome to come back and ask us to reconsider it for extenuating circumstances.
And I second your motion.
There's a second.
Seconded. Steve?
Is there any further discussion about the motion?
I would make one comment that the homeowners understand that their existing windows do not comply, and they'll have to replace them.
I concur with that too. This is Katub Syed.
Thank you, Ryan Katub. So now we have a motion on the table. Do you want to do a roll call for this?
Yeah. Yes, please. So I'm going to call everyone's name. Just make sure you unmute yourself to vote. Chris?
Yes.
Ed?
I don't think that's here.
He just joined in it like a minute or two ago. We'll come back to him if he wants to vote. John?
Yes.
Phoebe?
Yes.
Katub?
Yes.
Rob?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Ed? Last chance? Okay, I'll make note. And Mitch?
Yes.
Perfect. So that carries, and I'll just make note that Ed didn't vote. So I will communicate that to the homeowners tomorrow, and I'll make sure that they know, Rob, what you mentioned, that the current ones are not correct.
It appears that Ed is trying to say something, but his speaker is not working.
Right.
He's saying yes and doing some thumbs up there.
Ed, I think you're muted. Can you unmute yourself?
Now he can't unmute himself. There's not a little microphone under his name. That may be the issue.
I can't unmute him either.
Okay, Ed, can you type in the chat? If you type in the chat, then I will know that you voted. This is a fun meeting, guys. Am I right?
Yeah, all sorts of technical issues.
Oh my gosh.
Should he like leave the meeting and try to rejoin after he votes on this? Obviously.
More than welcome to try that. I know he had difficulty coming in the first place, so
He came in. He came in and went as an attendee with 2 on there twice. So, and one of his other names dropped off, so I don't know if that has
Oh,
a reason for it.
oh, and here we go. Caitlin, call in user 3410960 is Vince Johnson. So you can go ahead and unmute him. He would like to vote as well. So, okay, so we have a vote yes. We have a vote yes from Ed, and I received an email that we had a vote yes from Vince. So the motion does carry. Vince, you're now unmuted, so you'll be able to speak freely throughout the remainder of the meeting.
Oh, okay, you can hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good, good.
So, all right.
Tedious vote.
That was fun. Moving right along.
Okay.
Agenda item number 5. This is the Patry property at 11903 Woodbury Place in Kingsville. It's a contributing structure in the Franklinville County Historic District, MIP number BA2405. The proposal is the in-kind rebuild of an existing deck and support beams due to rotted wood. They're seeking approval for the repairs and replacements of the deck off the rear of the home, as well as the structural supports, the footers, posts, and beams that hold up the existing sunroom. The existing beams and deck are wood with concrete footers. The posts and support for the sunroom and deck will be the following. New concrete footers will be 20 inches in diameter, 12 inches thick, and will be located 30 inches below grade. The posts will be 6x6 pressure treated wood. The horizontal support beams and joists will be doubled 2x10s, secured using galvanized steel bolts, and the deck floor will be 5 4x6 wood. The new deck will match the existing in materials, design, size, and style. Staff's recommendation is to vote to issue a certificate of appropriateness, citing Baltimore County Historic Design Guidelines, Fences and Landscape, page 4, and County Code section 327403.
Thank you, Taylor. Do we have the owner or representative online?
I don't think so, unless they're that call-in user that we don't know.
Okay, so that they are not online, I guess we can go to the commissioners for comment.
Can you hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
We can hear you, Ed.
Ah,
You're finally on.
jeez,
Finally made it.
a nightmare. I have a comment. I think the drawings, I think in general, I think it's a good proposal. I like it. But what the drawings show is not reflecting what I see in the photographs. We can still keep talking, but I just would make a motion before my audio goes out that we accept it conditionally and they ask the owner to do drawings that actually show what they're going to do, that show the railing sizes, show, really draws it to scale in a good drawing and submits that to staff for review or to the chair for review. And as long as that is really repeating what's there, then I think I'm okay with it.
Thank you, Ed.
I tend to second that, if that's a motion.
Okay, so that Batub has a second to the motion. Is there any further discussion between commission members?
I agree with that.
No further discussion. Taylor, would you like to do a roll call?
Yes, please. Chris?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
John?
Yes.
Phoebe?
Yes.
Katub?
Yes,
Rob?
Yes.
Scott?
Yes.
Steve?
Yes.
Vince?
Yes.
And Mitch.
Yes.
Alrighty, that passes unanimously then.
So just to point out Ed's comment, if we could go back to that drawing again.
Mhm.
Just to visualize Ed's comment, so you can see here that there's 4 spaces below the deck. The rail is just, it looks like a hair rail of some sort. And so the dimensions aren't proper, the drawing's not proper, it's not to scale. So I think yeah, you can replace it, but once you tear it down, you don't know what it looked like before. So I think the drawing needs to be better. Could still be hand drawn, but just straight lines, dimensions, a better approximation.
I would hope that this wouldn't get through the permit office as is anyway.
Yeah, Chris, Rob, your points are well taken. Chris, I agree with you. I believe that in order to, to file for a building permit, I think these departments, the agencies are not going to accept this for permit application. So it'll actually be better for them and so they're ready when they file for building permit.
But what it should show the width of the dimension from the ground to the base of the deck, the thickness of the structure, the size, draw the railing members. The major members should align with the columns. All the bases should be the same. It don't just be drawn to scale as a real drawing. And the plan ought to be a real plan that has dimensions, not just the 2 dimensions or 3 dimensions that they have, but all the dimensions that are relevant in what they're drawing and what they're building.
And there's no structure shown under the sunroom. That's as precarious as the rest of the deck. That needs to be addressed as well, the sunroom and the deck. If you go back to that photo again. So you can see the photo on the right showing the piers sloping.
Right.
The 2 from the downspout back, the 2 worst ones are the 2nd and 3rd. They all move to some degree, but 2nd and 3rd are actually under the sunroom. So that's really the worst case scenario there. And potentially more loading could occur there than on the deck. So.
It may be beyond the scope of our conversation if they haven't applied to do that section of it. We just have to deal with what they have applied for if they're only speaking of the deck. But certainly they could take that under advisement.
I'm sorry, they are replacing those support beams as well. The application was for the deck rebuild and then the structural supports that hold up the existing sunroom as well.
In addition, what I like to say is, I don't know how the contractor is going to execute that job, without enough information there. It could be a lot of problems for themselves if they don't correct it now. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
Yep.
I agree with Chris and Platoon that they're going to have a hard time during the permit application.
And actually building it. And those columns are awfully long and spindly with no supports and no bracing. They ought to have a structural engineer look at it.
I tend to agree.
It's out of our realm, but I'm just saying doesn't appear to be working.
I'll make a motion that we move to approve this project in concept, but that it requires permitting through the proper channels.
Yeah. So we actually already have an approved motion that was to approve it with the condition that full drawings are to be.
Oh, of course we did. Yes, thank you.
Yep. So I'll communicate that to the applicant. And based on the motion we have at hand, Caitlin and I, as well as Mitch and Ed, will review them. And assuming that the 4 of us are satisfied with them, that's when the permit will be approved as far as planning is concerned. Just so we're all on the same page.
Good.
Good?
Great, thank you.
Yeah, any further discussion on that one? No? Alrighty.
Looks like we're good.
Well, funny enough, that was all we had to vote on tonight. So look, we got started late and still are finishing at 6:35. Some other business I wanted to update everyone on. First, the code enforcement at 5 Watt Avenue. I just want to let everyone know that Caitlin and I have been in touch with Tim Petrocco, who is representing the flipper of the property, and we are working with him on getting an application resubmitted. Unfortunately, we just couldn't get it in time for this meeting. Second, wanted to let everyone know that the Department of Planning is holding master plan input meetings throughout the summer. So if you'd like to participate, you can visit our master plan hub. The website's on your screen. and you can join in and offer feedback on what you want to see on the master plan. And then the final thing I wanted to tell everyone was that this is my last official meeting as the LPC Secretary and Administrator. I've accepted a Planner 2 position in Development Review, working with the Planning Board, and I officially start that on Monday. So I'm still going to be lending a hand to Caitlin in the meantime until someone fills my shoes. But it has been lovely to work with you all. I have learned so much through the past 2 years, and I'm so grateful for everyone's teachings and everything that you guys have offered me feedback on over the past 2 years. And I will miss you all very much, but I'm still around. You still have my contact information, and I'm still with the Department of Planning, so you can always get in touch with me.
I believe that's a promotion, correct?
It is.
So congratulations to you. Well deserved.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Well deserved.
congratulations.
We're going to miss you. You've
Yeah,
done
yeah.
a particular job. You're really so organized and so, everything just flows so nicely when you're,
Yeah.
we'll miss you. I hope they can replace you.
Yeah.
Thank you. They will, and I'll still be here in the meantime. You guys can't get rid of me that easy. And I'm sure, if someone's on vacation, Caitlin or the new person go on vacation, I'm sure I'll lend a hand here and there. But it's my last official meeting, so I wanted to let everyone know. But thank you all.
Yeah,
I
Kiara.
appreciate it. I
Thank you.
appreciate it. And again, loved working with all of you. You've all been wonderful.
I
Good luck
was
to you,
on
David.
a MBIA meeting where Steve Lafferty spoke to the group. And I thought he had said that. And I don't know, I had a big lunch, maybe I was imagining something. And I
What did
was
you
like,
have
wait
for
a minute, I don't think that's true.
Yeah, I got an email from Jen Bussey the day after that, and she was like, "Hey, is this what I heard?" And it hadn't been announced internally yet, so I was like, "Yeah, you did," but I was waiting for it to be announced. But it was announced yesterday, so I was officially able to tell you all today.
But when I thought I heard it, I didn't want to say anything because I thought I was going to jinx all of us, and so I didn't say anything. So
It's all good.
much for the jinx.
I know. Hey, I'm still around though. Again, cannot get rid of me that easy.
All right.
So,
Congratulations.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Yeah, good luck.
if anyone has anything else to discuss, we can do that now. If not, we just need a motion to adjourn.
So
Be
moved.
it.
Who's making that official motion?
Second?
Second.
Perfect. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Perfect. Anyone opposed? I didn't think so. All righty. Well, thank you all. We're all set for tonight. Great job.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good week.